I'm Roy Lee Lindsay with the North Carolina Pork Council, and I want everyone to remember, bacon makes everything better.
Our next guest from Florida State University is already an ACC champion. He was second team All-ACC last year. He's about 6'3", 318 pounds, and he has a fascinating story to tell. Josh Farmer, welcome to the David Glenn Show. How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm good. How are y'all?
We're doing well. I was in Europe recently, and it's hard for even a 6 foot, 185 pound guy like me to take a shower or do some other normal things. I heard you were on a 6-person plane earlier today, and that you're a little nervous about flying to Ireland for that Georgia Tech game. Tell us how that works.
I don't like flying, man. I'm a big guy, but up in the air, there ain't nothing you can do. Big don't matter.
Well, now that you're a redshirt junior, you've at least been on airplanes, right?
Yeah.
Was it just like the 6-person plane that freaked you out today?
It's every plane. I still don't like getting on planes. If it's less than 4 hours, I'm driving.
Have you done the research for how long you're in a plane to go to Dublin, Ireland?
Yeah, they told me, man, 7 hours. I hope I can get some Benadryl and go to sleep.
I can't imagine the list of things that you're a little afraid of is very long. You don't look like somebody who would be afraid. Is it like flying and that's it?
Yeah, pretty much flying. Everything else I can handle. I don't like being in that air for too long.
You have a pretty cool piece of jewelry around your neck that I hope everybody can see. Unfortunately, Josh lost his dad, Greg, and his mom, Pauline, when both by the age of 12, if I remember correctly.
11.
So he honors them in part with this glitzy piece of jewelry. Tell us why you decided to turn what is clearly a sad story into something that you seem to smile when you talk about them.
It's just motivation. Everything happened for a reason, man. And if I could change it, I will, but I can't. So I'm here and I'm blessed. And I get to do what I love to do, and provide for my family, hopefully, in this next year. I'm just blessed. And I put them on there just for motivation purposes only, and just to show the kids that, like me, they can do it too.
Josh grew up not far from Tallahassee, just like one county over. Does that mean there are even more requests from family and friends when so many of them are pretty close to where you guys play your home football games?
I really keep my circle pretty small with my brothers and sisters, so not really too bad, but I do have people reach out, things like that.
I read that you're the youngest of 8 children. Is that accurate? So were you raised by grandma along with your older siblings?
Back and forth. Grandma had me during the school year, school nights, and I was with my brothers and sisters on the weekend. She did what she can, she did. She tried to make the best for us, and my younger brothers and sisters, they ain't much older than me, man. They like 4 or 5 years older than me, so it was hard on them. So when I make it, hopefully I can pay them.
Josh Farmer's joining us on the North Carolina Sports Network. I read that you started high school as a really good linebacker,
Yes, sir.
kept growing,
Yes, sir.
continues high school as a really good defensive end.
Yes,
now,
sir.
I know most big-time defensive ends do not want to hear
Defensive
you're
tackle.
sticking me at defensive tackle,
No.
right? Like, you're probably like the long, lean, sexy defensive end. You don't want to be down there in the trenches. I read that when they told you they thought you could put 65 pounds on, you looked at them like they were crazy.
Yeah.
Tell us about that story.
Coach Storms told me that as a freshman, and when I signed here, I already knew because Coach Odell was recruiting me, so I'm like, they put me at D-tackle, and when Coach Storms told me, I was thinking like 290, maybe 285, and he said, son, you're going to be 310. So when I got to college, they knew my story, and they knew I wasn't eating really 3 meals a day. I wasn't eating that much in high school because we didn't have it like that, but when Coach Storms told me that, and I was like, no way. Fast forward 2.5 years later, I'm 310 pounds, and I put on 65 pounds, and I'm in the best shape of my life, faster and stronger than I ever been.
Last year, when you were in practice, you were going up against a guy that all of our viewers and listeners would remember at quarterback of Jordan Travis. You have a new quarterback. So don't get mad at me when I ask you this question. Do you only call him DJ, or would you actually be able to pronounce his full last name?
I can't pronounce it. We just say DJ or DJU. I don't even try, man. I can't pronounce that.
When he was at Clemson, I actually interviewed him and I studied it.
Okay.
So I go Uiangalale. You want to try it? Uiangalale.
Uiangalale.
I took about 10 times to get it right myself. Josh Farmer is our guest here on the North Carolina Sports Network. For about 48 hours this spring, you were in the transfer portal.
Yes, sir.
What made you go in? What made you come back out so quickly? And can you tell us, does name, image, likeness money, which wasn't even a thing back when you signed with Florida, does it change your life as a college athlete? Does it just make things easier?
It definitely changed my life, but honestly, man, I'm just happy to be here, and I'm blessed, and this is where I want to be, and I wouldn't want to be nowhere else right now.
Josh Farmer is joining us here on the North Carolina Sports Network. You were, I read, Coach Norvell's first commitment in his first full recruiting cycle after leaving Memphis from Florida State. Now, I don't know if you grew up a Seminoles fan from being a little one. What was it about Coach Norvell that made you sure so quickly with a new head coach that he was the right guy for you? And then tell us what you've learned from him now that this is your fourth year with him.
Coach Norvell, he was underrated like me, and I was underrated. He was my first offer, and he told me he needed guys like me, hungry dogs, to help him get to where he needed to be. And to be honest with you, I needed a guy like him in my life to help change my life and help turn me into a man. So we fit perfect with each other. And what he told me, I liked and I believed, and somebody got to believe in him. And I was, unfortunately, the player to believe in him, and I'm blessed.
Where we live in North Carolina, there's Duke fans, there's UNC fans, there's NC State fans, there's Wake Forest fans, there's even Florida State or Clemson fans. When you grow up on the Florida Panhandle, is it mostly garnet and gold everywhere you look?
Yeah, mostly garnet and gold, but you have them people that's different, that likes the team down south or likes the team, down the road. But, for the most part, it's Florida State fans, though.
When we saw you at the end of last year, Florida State infamously was left out of the college football playoff as the 12-0 ACC champion. Did you guys decide to just kind of turn the page on that and forget about it, or is there a way to use that horrible feeling as motivation going into 2024?
Yeah, it was detrimental, man, but everything happens for a reason, and we're blessed to be here, man. We ain't looking behind us. We're just trying to be the best us, and we got another year to do it again. We can show that it wasn't a fluke year, and that we still got good players on this team, and we are going to do it again.
A lot of our viewers and listeners who are Florida State fans talk about the lawsuits and whether the Seminoles are going to end up in a different league. As players, do you guys follow that stuff at all? Do you even talk about that stuff at all, or is it just 100% football?
Nah, that'll be a good question for Coach Norvell. I don't get into that. I mean, I'm not a booster. I'm not anything. I don't have any say-so in that. I really don't care. I just want to play football.
One of our main sponsors here at the North Carolina Sports Network is the North Carolina Pork Council. There's a lot of pig-raising farms here in North Carolina. I've heard you do a little cooking yourself.
Yeah, a lot of cooking.
Do you have a favorite pork product to eat or to prepare? Like
pork chops.
Pork chops
pork
are number
chop.
one?
I love pork chops, yeah.
Do you incorporate a lot of pork into your cooking, whether it's bacon or other things?
I don't eat a lot of pork. I eat a lot of seafood, fish. Fish is my favorite food in the world, so I'm a big fish guy, and I love fish.
Did you grow up right there on the water on the Panhandle?
Apalachicola. It's right on the water. I actually went yesterday before I came here. I was fishing. I didn't get done fishing till like 6 p.m. yesterday.
Apalachicola. Now it makes sense. Your social media handles. I wasn't sure what Cola Boy.
Yeah.
And remind folks the whole thing. It's like Cola Boy _ J5, is it?
Mm-hmm.
So now, am I getting it right?
Oh, yeah,
Cola Boy is a reference to Apalachicola?
Yes, sir. Cola Boy. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Apalachicola.
I finally put those pieces together.
Yes,
Josh
sir.
Farmer is our guest here on the David Glenn Show. Are there other things in life besides flying where being 6'3", 318 is not an advantage?
Nah. That's it.
That's it?
You can't beat nobody up in the air, or power don't work, speed don't work, nothing don't work in that air. You 30,000 feet in the air, so it's different.
As a redshirt junior, where's the NFL in your universe?
I'm going to get past this year and just have a great game every game, play the best, but that is the goal, to be top draft pick and, provide for my family and give back and create generational wealth.
His name is Josh Farmer. He is already an ACC champion. He is a second-team All-ACC selection, and he is our guest here on the North Carolina Sports Network, live in Charlotte from the 2024 ACC Kickoff. Whether you are moving locally, nationally, or even internationally, and whether you're a residential or commercial customer, please consider our friends at XL Moving and Storage, an award-winning Allied Van Lines agent with offices in Greensboro and Raleigh. Thanks to their 25 years of experience helping North Carolinians all across the state with their moving and storage needs, XL has become the trusted hometown North Carolina moving services company. Our good friends Jim Dorsett and Jody Hatley, along with their hardworking staff, offer customized, tailored relocation and storage solutions to the people of North Carolina and beyond. Visit them online today at xlms.com. That's EXCELMS.com.